Life Philosophies Unleashed.
Stop everything you're doing. Take a moment and consider this. What if everything you believe about death is a lie? Imagine if there was an ancient book older than most of our known history that held the answers. A guidebook that not only talks about the afterlife, but promises to guide you through it. But here's the twist. This isn't just a regular read. Each word, each step, has to be followed precisely. One missed moment, one lost lesson, and you could be trapped endlessly cycling through lives with no escape. Sounds intense? It is. Today, we're diving deep into a sacred text called the Tibetan Book of the Dead. For over 1,000 years, it's been a manual, not only for those at death's door, but for anyone curious enough to want to understand life's ultimate mystery. This isn't just about what happens after we die. It's about how to live with intention, clarity, and courage. Once you learn its teachings, there's no unlearning. Imagine gaining insight into something as profound as death, realizing it's not the terrifying end we've been led to believe. Imagine learning that your consciousness continues passing through unseen realms, facing mind-bending experiences. This text doesn't sugarcoat anything, either. It presents the truth, often uncomfortable, always life-changing. Watching this video could completely shift how you live, how you understand life, and what you believe is possible. So here's the question. Are you ready to dive into an ancient guide that claims to prepare you for life's ultimate mystery? Once you open your mind to this, there's no turning back. This journey isn't just for the dying. It's a powerful wake-up call for the living. Think about this for a moment. We live in an age of unparalleled technological advancement. We've mapped out the cosmos, we've split atoms, and we've even started exploring artificial intelligence that can mimic human thought. Yet, one of the oldest mysteries known to humankind still lingers unanswered. What happens when we die? Despite our progress, the greatest scientific minds and philosophers haven't cracked this code. Death remains as mysterious and elusive as it was in ancient times. But there's an ancient book, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, that claims to answer this question. This text doesn't promise scientific facts or theories. It offers something far more profound, a journey. Over centuries, monks and mystics have turned to this guide to prepare for what lies beyond. And here's why it's intriguing. The descriptions in this ancient book align with what people describe during near-death experiences. Bright lights, feelings of intense peace, encounters with strange beings. Could it be mere coincidence? Or are these people glimpsing something more profound? Something real? In the modern world, we often turn away from the concept of death, hiding it behind sterile hospital rooms and clinical language. But this ancient text dares to confront it head-on, suggesting that death isn't an end, but a transition and extraordinary journey of consciousness itself. The Tibetan Book of the Dead offers us a radical way to look at death, not as an event to fear, but as a profound continuation of awareness, a path toward liberation or rebirth. In exploring this text, we might just uncover hidden truths about the nature of reality, ones that challenge everything we think we know about life and death. At first glance, the Tibetan Book of the Dead might seem like a manual for the afterlife. But look closer and you'll see it's so much more. Yes, it offers guidance for the dying, but at its core, it's a book for the living. It teaches that the way we live shapes our experiences in death, and that confronting mortality is the key to living fully. Imagine it as a guide through life's most challenging and beautiful moments, daring us to face the uncomfortable truth that nothing lasts forever. When we can accept that all things are fleeting, we unlock a way of living that's lighter, more purposeful, and deeply aware. It's not about living in fear of death. It's about embracing life in every second we have. The Tibetan Book of the Dead introduces the concept of bardos, transitional states that occur not only at death but during major life changes too. Each bardo is like a doorway, a moment when the familiar dissolves and we're left standing on the edge of something new and unknown. Think of times in your life when everything felt in flux, moments of heartbreak, new beginnings, or personal transformation. These are bardos, moments of profound transition that shape our lives and consciousness. Through the teachings of these bardos, the text suggests that life's purpose isn't simply about survival or success. It's about learning to face transitions with courage, clarity, and compassion. By embracing the temporary nature of life, we find a deeper, richer meaning to existence, one that aligns with our truest selves and prepares us for whatever lies beyond. The Tibetan Book of the Dead speaks of three primary bardos: the Bardo of Death, the Bardo of Visions, and the Bardo of Rebirth, each stage offering a profound opportunity for insight and transformation. Together, they create a roadmap of consciousness that doesn't just serve us in death, but can profoundly impact how we live. First, there's the Bardo of Death. This stage isn't just about the physical act of dying. Instead, it's described as a powerful, brilliant flash of consciousness, a moment where, free from the body, we see the pure essence of existence. Imagine this as a brief but intense glimpse of enlightenment, where all illusions dissolve, and we see life's deeper truth. Then comes the Bardo of Visions. In this phase, consciousness is no longer bound by the physical world, and we encounter visions both peaceful and terrifying. These visions, however, are not external beings, but projections of our own mind. Imagine standing in front of a vast cosmic mirror where every fear, desire, and attachment appears before you. It's a deeply personal confrontation with your subconscious, a revelation of who you truly are beneath all the layers. Finally, there's the Bardo of Rebirth. Here, the impressions and karmic imprints of our life pull us toward a new existence. Every thought, every attachment, and every unresolved emotion guides our consciousness, shaping our future reality. Imagine this stage as a place where our own mind acts like a compass, directing us toward a life that mirrors our inner state. This Bardo teaches that we are not at the mercy of fate, but the creators of our next experience. Every thought, every action, and every decision we make in life ultimately shapes our journey through these bardos, making us responsible for our own transformation. The first Bardo, the Bardo of Death, is the most mysterious and intense. Imagine standing on the edge of all you've ever known, looking into an overwhelming, brilliant light that feels both familiar and strange. According to Tibetan teachings, this is no ordinary light. It's called the clear light, and it's thought to be the purest essence of mind, the true nature of consciousness itself. In this brief, fleeting moment, we are offered a rare opportunity to merge with this light, to see beyond our limited identity and realize our true essence. But here's the challenge. This moment is as brief as a flash. Recognizing this light and accepting it as your own essence is no easy feat. For those unprepared, it can be overwhelming, even frightening. And when fear takes over, the light fades, and the journey continues through the bardos, moving farther from liberation and closer to rebirth. In Tibetan Buddhism, this stage isn't just a dramatic scene, it's the ultimate test of awareness. Imagine preparing for a single moment throughout your life, a moment that defines whether you find peace and freedom or continue the cycle of rebirth. To the Tibetan masters, this isn't just theory, it's an essential practice. Recognizing the clear light, even for an instant, can mean liberation from the endless cycle of death and rebirth. This moment shows us that life isn't just about avoiding suffering or seeking pleasure. It's about cultivating awareness so that we can face our final moment with courage, clarity, and peace. If the clear light fades, we enter the second Bardo, known as the Bardo of Visions. This phase is both a revelation and a challenge, where the subconscious mind takes center stage. Picture this. You find yourself in a vast cosmic theater, surrounded by radiant beings, peaceful deities, and fierce monsters. But here's the twist. None of them are separate from you. Every vision you encounter is a projection of your mind, a reflection of your own inner world. Imagine the most intense emotions you've ever felt: love, fear, anger, compassion. Now amplify those emotions, personify them, and project them onto a vast screen. In the Bardo of visions, these amplified versions of yourself confront you directly. Every fear, every longing, every unresolved emotion materializes as a divine being or a terrifying monster. The peaceful deities embody the highest qualities within you, the wisdom and compassion you have cultivated. The wrathful deities, on the other hand, represent the parts of yourself you have denied or hidden: anger, jealousy, attachment. This stage is more than a test. It's a mirror held up to your soul. Imagine standing face to face with your own unresolved emotions, seeing them as real as anything else you've ever known. The Bardo of Visions offers a profound opportunity for transformation. If you can recognize these beings as projections of your mind, you transcend them, moving closer to liberation. But if you react with fear, seeing them as external threats, you become trapped, bound by your attachments and aversions. This stage reminds us that true freedom comes not from avoiding our fears, but from facing and embracing them as part of our journey. For those who aren't yet ready to fully recognize the light or face their projections, the journey moves to the Bardo of rebirth. In this phase, the seeds of our thoughts, desires, and unresolved issues guide us toward our next life. It's like standing in a vast, swirling sea of potential lives, each one a reflection of our inner state. Imagine looking into a cosmic kaleidoscope where every pattern is shaped by your own mind, every vision a potential reality. In the Bardo of rebirth, the stakes are high. Our consciousness, stripped of any physical form, becomes a magnet, pulling in the elements that will shape our future. This is where karma, the impressions we've left through our actions, thoughts, and intentions, takes on a powerful role. Every kind act, every moment of mindfulness, and every instance of anger or attachment creates the forces that now pull us toward a new life. Our consciousness becomes like a compass, aligning with a life that matches our current state. This isn't about judgment or external punishment. Tibetan Buddhism teaches that karma is simply a reflection of our own mind, projected onto the fabric of reality. In this Bardo, we see the effects of our choices and intentions in real time. If we've cultivated awareness, compassion, and kindness, we may find ourselves drawn toward a peaceful and fulfilling rebirth. If we're ruled by fear, anger, or attachment, we may find ourselves in a life that mirrors those qualities. This stage reminds us that life is a journey of constant creation. Every moment, every decision, every thought shapes the journey our consciousness will take. We are not passive drifters through life. We are active creators of our own path. The Tibetan Book of the Dead teaches us that we don't have to wait until death to experience the bardos or the clear light. In fact, we can prepare ourselves now in life. Tibetan practitioners spend their entire lives preparing for this journey, not with fear, but with a sense of purpose. Imagine seeing life itself as training for this profound transition, a way to cultivate the awareness and resilience needed to face death with courage and clarity. Preparation for this journey starts with daily practices like mindfulness, meditation, and compassion. These aren't just exercises, they're tools for facing life and death with an open heart and clear mind. Think of them as mental and spiritual training sessions, helping us to transform fear into peace, attachment into freedom, anger into clarity. Imagine starting each day with a meditation on impermanence, a simple reminder that nothing in life is permanent. that everything we know will one day pass. This awareness changes everything. It makes every moment more vivid, every choice more intentional. Instead of fearing death, we learn to see it as a natural part of life, an opportunity for growth and transformation. Preparing for this journey is about more than just spiritual practice. It's about embracing life fully, with all its joys and challenges, and seeing every experience as a stepping stone toward our ultimate liberation. Tibetan practitioners believe that by cultivating these practices in life, we prepare ourselves to face death with grace, strength, and awareness. And in doing so, we unlock a way of living that is fearless, intentional, and deeply connected to the present moment. The real power of the Tibetan Book of the Dead is not just in preparing for death. It's in transforming the way we live. Imagine if every fear, every attachment, every encounter became a chance to practice awareness, to let go, to grow. What if, instead of running from fear or pain, we saw them as Bardo visions, offering us a deeper understanding of ourselves? Imagine living with that level of depth, intensity, and clarity. The wisdom of the Bardos invites us to treat every transition, every change as a kind of mini-death, a chance to let go of the old and embrace the new. Think about the moments in your life when you felt suspended between worlds after a breakup, during a career shift, in moments of grief or transformation. These are the Bardos of our everyday lives, moments that challenge us to see things from a broader perspective. By practicing the teachings of the Bardos, we learn to approach life's challenges with courage and clarity. Tibetan practitioners begin each day with a meditation on impermanence, reminding themselves that life is fleeting and every moment counts. This perspective makes every interaction more meaningful, every decision more intentional. In bringing this wisdom into our lives, we shift from merely existing to living with purpose and focus. Petty conflicts lose their power, replaced by a sense of connection and compassion. And as we face each challenge, we become more prepared, more grounded, ready to face the unknown. The Tibetan Book of the Dead reminds us that life and death are interconnected, and by learning to die consciously, we learn to live fully. The ultimate message of the Tibetan Book of the Dead isn't about fearing death. It's about living fully. What if we could see every ending as an opportunity for rebirth, every challenge as a bardo to navigate with courage? Imagine waking up every morning with the awareness that today is a gift, that every choice you make shapes not only your life but your journey beyond it. By embracing death as a natural part of life, we open ourselves to a profound transformation. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can approach it with curiosity, with a sense of wonder. Tibetan practitioners believe that every act of kindness, every moment of mindfulness, every instance of compassion shapes our consciousness, preparing us for the ultimate transition. Life becomes not just a series of events, but a continuous journey of growth, connection, and transformation. The Tibetan Book of the Dead invites us to approach each day as if it were our last, to live with an open heart and fearless awareness. Imagine if we treated each encounter, each task, each breath as if it were our last. Relationships deepen, conflicts lose their hold, and we begin to see life's beauty in even the smallest moments. This is the wisdom of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, a reminder that life is a precious, fleeting gift. By learning to face death, we learn to live with purpose, clarity, and joy. So ask yourself, how would your life change if you knew you were ready to meet death, not with fear, but with peace, understanding, and acceptance? This ancient text isn't just for the dying. It's a powerful guide to living fully, embracing every moment with courage and compassion.